I believe he's exposing it because he wants our hearts back. He wants our freaking hearts back, guys. Hey, so this morning I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning, and the very first thing I felt like I heard the Lord say as I was in prayer was, "You have made this place into a den of thieves." And honestly, I knew immediately he wasn't speaking those words to like condemn. He was speaking because I believe he loves me, he loves us. And you know, sometimes when Jesus speaks, his words are sweet like honey, and they comfort us and they encourage us and they remind us how deeply loved we are. But then there are moments where his word begins to search us. And Hebrews 4:12 says, "For the word of God is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even the dividing of soul, joint and marrow, soul, spirit," everything, all the thoughts and intentions of our heart, right? The sword that comes from the mouth of Jesus that he has also given us has two edges, right? One comforts and the other corrects. One heals, the other lovingly cuts away everything that keeps us from truly knowing him. And both edges are love, because the Father disciplines those he loves. You know, it says in Hebrews 12 that when he disciplines or corrects us, it is his like stamp of we are his sons and daughters, right? We are in sonship or daughtership, and he sees us that way. And he refuses to leave us where we are because he loves us so much. I also want to say something before I continue, that these aren't always easy words to share, like especially this one to me. But I think about what the Lord told Ezekiel. He told him that if he refused to warn the people, their blood would also be required of him. In other words, obedience matters, right? So I share this humbly, not because I'm trying to point the finger at anyone else or anything like that, but because I believe the Lord is inviting a lot of us, including me, to let him search our hearts. The first passage he brought me to was Jeremiah 7. If you go back, it says, "Then I will let you stay in this land that I gave to your ancestors to keep. Don't be fooled into thinking that you will never suffer because the temple is here. It's a lie. Do you really think you can steal, murder, commit adultery, lie, and burn incense to Baal and all those other new gods of yours, and then come here and stand before me in my temple and chant, 'We are safe,' only to go right back to all those evils again? Don't you yourselves admit that this temple, which bears my name, has become a den of thieves?" That's what Jesus was quoting, okay, in Matthew. "Surely I see all the evil going on there. I, the Lord, have spoken." Notice something. The phrase den of thieves didn't happen in isolation. The Lord specifically connects it to burning incense to Baal. Strange fire, right? You can't do both. You can't hobble between two opinions, as Elijah says. And then coming into his presence as though nothing had happened, right? Baal wasn't just an idol. He represents trusting something other than God for provision, for prosperity, for security, for comfort, for success. Instead of looking to the Lord as our source, they looked to Baal. They gave their affection, their dependence, their worship to something created instead of the creator, who is Yahweh. Then my mind immediately obviously went to Matthew 21, where Jesus enters the temple courts and he overturns the table of all the money changers and he drives everyone out. And he says, "The scriptures declare my temple will be called a house of prayer, but you have turned it into a den of thieves." Now here's the question I've been asking myself. Why a den of thieves? Right? Like, a thief doesn't usually steal inside the den. The den is where he brings what he's already stolen, right? It's where stolen things are stored. And then I wonder, okay, how much of our affection and our intimacy and our attention and our dependence has quietly been stolen because we've looked to success or financial security or comfort or achievement to give us only what God can give through Jesus. I don't believe Jesus is exposing this to shame us. I believe he's exposing it because he wants our hearts back. He wants our freaking hearts back, guys. The Western church is so deluded by chasing success and metrics and marketing. It makes me want to throw up. And I believe the Lord is saying that I want to spit you out if you don't correct it. Next post, I'm going to look at Elijah and the prophets of Baal, because I think that story shows us exactly what happens when we place our hope in anything other than the living God, and why the Father's desire has always been to bring his people back to himself, so that we see him as our Father, because he sees us as his sons and daughters. He wants us to trust in and rely in him above all else. Not our striving, not our vain success, which is what it is. Not saying you can't be successful, but why? Okay, love you.